Imagine you're sitting by a fire in a misty fjord. The wood crackles and the northern lights ripple above your head. And I'm going to tell you why Norse mythology is basically one huge, brutal comic book of the ancient Vikings, packed with battles, betrayals, and feasting. Norse mythology is a world of gods, giants, dwarves, and monsters once told around Viking hearths. Today, movies, games, comics, and metal bands all draw from these stories. It's a mix of raw brutality, dark humor, and the idea that even gods have problems, grow old, and know everything will end one day. In this video, we'll take a quick tour: who the main gods are, what their universe looks like, what Ragnarok is, and why these old stories still feel so cool. Norse mythology comes from the peoples of Northern Europe, mainly the Vikings from today's Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and Iceland. For them, it wasn't just a fantasy setting, but a religion that explained storms, wars, harvests, and the afterlife. Most of what we know comes from later written sources, often recorded by Christian authors who sometimes change details. So we're partly listening to divine gossip written down after the fact, which is why there are different versions of the same myth. The basic map of the Norse universe is simple and strange: one giant tree and 9 worlds. Yggdrasil is a colossal tree, the cosmic axis of everything. Strange creatures run along its branches, gossip about the gods, gnaw at its roots, and spread chaos. Asgard is the realm of the Aesir gods, like a divine city with Valhalla as the best afterlife hall for fallen warriors. Midgard is the world of humans, the middle enclosure, where we try to survive while monsters and chaos lurk all around us. Jotunheim is the land of the giants, enemies, and relatives of the gods at the same time. There are also realms of the dead, a world of fire, and a world of ice. The main boss of the pantheon is Odin, the god of wisdom, war, and magic. He's like the CEO of the gods, but not a gentle grandfather. He's a manipulator, strategist, and eternal seeker of knowledge. Odin sacrificed his own eye to gain wisdom from a magical well. He had himself hanged on the world tree and pierced with a spear to discover the secrets of the runes. 2 ravens, Hugin and Munin, bring him news from all over the world. He knows the end of the world is coming and still does everything he can to be ready. Thor is the most popular Norse god. Even without Marvel, he'd be a total celebrity. He's the god of thunder and storms, the protector of gods and humans, and the master of the hammer Mjolnir, which always hits and always comes back. Thor smashes giants and monsters and solves most problems with brute force. He isn't the smartest, but he's incredibly loyal. His hammer blessed weddings, houses, and oaths. In many stories, Thor's the tank of the pantheon. He doesn't think too long, but if you make him angry, he simply runs you over. We can't skip Loki, the god of chaos, lies, and change. He isn't exactly a god of evil, more a master of trouble who sometimes helps the gods and sometimes almost destroys them. Loki can shift into many forms, from an old woman to a horse. He's the brain behind brilliant ideas and absolute disasters. He fathered terrifying beings: the wolf Fenrir, the world serpent Jormungandr, and Hel, the goddess of the dead. A typical Loki story goes like this: he messes something up, then has to fix it, makes it worse, and in the end, things either work out or really don't. The Vikings had a very specific idea of the afterlife. When a warrior died bravely in battle, Valkyries carried him to Valhalla. There, warriors fight in a huge battle every day, then come back to life every evening, drink, feast, and train for the final clash at Ragnarok. Many of the dead, though, went to the realm of Hel, which was not fiery torture, but more like a cold, gloomy waiting room for souls. During Ragnarok, nature goes mad: a long winter, wars, and famine. The wolf Fenrir breaks free from his chains, the serpent Jormungandr rises from the sea and poisons the world, and the gods face their enemies in a final battle. Many major gods fall, including Odin and Thor. But it isn't just game over. Out of the ruins of the old world, a new, cleaner world is meant to rise, and a few surviving humans will start again. Norse mythology blends epic scenes with very human flaws. The gods argue, get jealous, make mistakes, and sometimes act terribly. That makes them feel surprisingly modern, almost like characters from TV shows. Maybe that's why, even after so many centuries, this world of gods, giants, and monsters still fascinates us.